Oh hey guys, welcome to Cosplay and Coffee. I am so excited to do another 90s horror story cosplay special effects makeup tutorial for you guys. I originally planned on doing the series back in April after my first one, but I decided to hold off until I can get the looks planned out perfectly. Anyway, this Debbie Thornberry animal attack was of course inspired by the wild thornberries. And this is what would have happened when you bring your little children around wild animals. No, I'm just kidding. This just seemed like a fun way to incorporate a special effects look into one of my favorite 90s cartoons. So all of the products I mentioned will be in the Debbie Thornberry cosplay supply link that goes with my regular Debbie hair and makeup tutorial. So grab your coffee, grab your special effects supplies, and let's get started. To do this bear, cheetah, whatever wild animal claw mark, you can either put it on your chest or across your face. I decided to go with the face because it seemed more dramatic there. I took this Ulta rustic lip liner and mapped out where I wanted the claw marks to go. The only reason I didn't bring that middle mark to the top of my forehead like the other two is because then that would have meant I had to put in a white out contact lens, and you guys know, if you saw my sclera lens review, how much I hate putting in contacts. But definitely go for it if you feel like it. Next, I took Mayron liquid latex, which was apparently glued shut from the last time I used it, and poured it into a little bowl. If you want to keep yourself amused while you do this, have scrubs on in the background. Then I took a wedge sponge thing and used that to go over my claw outline with latex. Be sure not to get this latex in your eye. Should go without saying, but you never know. I spaced it away far enough from my eye so that I knew I wasn't in any real danger from this, but just be cautious. I wanted to lay down some strips of cotton ball before it dried, so I placed that on top of the latex almost immediately. If you lay out some strips of cotton before you get working with the latex, it makes your life a whole heck of a lot easier. And I think I only used one cotton ball for this entire look. Then I went back over the cotton with another layer of latex. Try to blend the cotton and latex into your skin as seamlessly as possible. Seamlessly as possible. However, if it still comes out looking a little ragged, that's totally fine. After all, you did just get mauled by a bear, cat, elephant. Whatever. I eventually just started patting the latex on with my fingers instead of a wedge sponge because it had a lot less of a sticky cotton ball buildup and I could blend it out easier that way. You will want your latex to dry before the next part, so maybe just take a few minutes to catch up on whatever episode of Scrubs you may be watching. Now it's time to paint. I'm using Mayron's water activated paint palette for this whole look. To make sure the white balances out with my natural skin color, I painted a thin layer of brown over the claw marks. Obviously, to use this palette, you need to dip a paintbrush in water and then onto the paint, hence making it water activated. I used more water than paint so the brown didn't go on too heavy. And I just used a little flat makeup brush to do this. But make sure you use a brush you don't really care about because latex will 100% ruin your brushes. Next, you're going to take this little baby nail scissors to cut through the latex. Again, be careful while you're doing this, especially if you get close to your eye. However, these little scissors are tame enough that they won't leave you with any actual deep wounds. Just dig in under the middle of the latex and start cutting. You'll be able to tell what's latex and what's your skin, hopefully. This is going to give your claws a deep embedded illusion as if the animal's claws really dug into your face. You're just gonna look so pretty when we're done with this. And if you want the gashes to be a little bit wider and have more gore exposed, just cut the latex a little bit to thin it out. After that, I took my regular foundation and went over the scars and the surrounding skin to give it a more seamless look. Then I took the thinnest brush I could find and painted the middle of the scar black to make it look like a deep cut. I also altered the cuts to be a little bit more revealing as I went, so don't feel like you're stuck with one look after the latex is on. Then I took a little bit of red from the Mayron palette and painted over the black and along the sides of the claw marks to give it an irritated look. Make sure you really get up under the flaps to get rid of any white spots showing from the cotton. Next, I took a stipple sponge and swiped on some brown and black paint. This part is optional, especially if you want to do a clean look for more contrast, but I just figured that getting into a fist fight with a gorilla would result in Debbie getting a little bit dirty. Plus it goes with our whole grunge look, right? Then I took midnight scab blood and smothered that in there using a palette knife. I also used the scab blood to sweep on a few little scratch marks on the forehead. Then I finished off the gore look by dripping some stage blood into the wound. If you want to look extra frazzled, you can tease your hair by brushing your strands upwards using either your fingers like I'm doing here or a brush. And that's it. I honestly feel like Debbie would only be mildly annoyed at getting attacked by some sort of wild animal. I wonder if there's an episode where Debbie almost got attacked. I haven't watched The Wild Thornberries in years. This took me a grand total of maybe 30 minutes, so it's really easy to do if you want to make your Debbie Thornberry cosplay a bit more extreme, or you want to play it up for Halloween this year. I am so excited to do this 90s horror series for you guys and to do special effects looks to a bunch of 90s cartoons. Be sure to follow me on social media for more cosplay and makeup photos. It will all be linked down below along with all the items I mentioned. And let me know in the comments what other 90s characters you guys want to see. Cheers guys, and I'll see you next time.